A $1.5 million mansion, ravaged by fire, hits the market. Engineers call it a total loss. But one couple sees something else: potential. With no experience, they gamble their life savings on a skeletal ruin. What followed was 18 months of pure chaos, painful setbacks, costs that keep climbing, a late-night police call, and disasters that turned every victory into a costly battle. Amidst the wreckage, they find hidden gems, treasures they hope can fund the project. This is the story of a home everyone said couldn't be saved. Can they prove them all wrong?
An explosion at a mansion leads to a massive fire, and as crews tell our Sharon Dankwa, the home is a total loss. The ceiling is collapsed and half of the house nearly down to its foundation.
Months of renovation work now up in flames.
There are portions we saved, but between the water damage and the fire damage and smoke damage, it probably will be a loss.
A few days later, the burned-out mansion hits Zillow for $1.5 million. Thousands of people show interest, but only one buyer will walk away with it. Mike and Linda first saw the mansion on the evening news. What they didn't expect was to find it for sale. It comes with nearly 5 acres of land and a guest house that survived the fire untouched. As the listing goes viral, urgency kicks in. They book a viewing and the first flight to Nashville. The race to claim the mansion has begun. When they arrive, the pictures haven't prepared them for what they're seeing. The place is wrecked, burned from top to bottom, and every breath still tastes like smoke. As soon as the visit starts, they are told another buyer is also flying in today to see the property, so they just have a few hours to make one of the most expensive decisions of their lives. They need to assess if the investment is worth it, and most importantly, if the house can be recovered. Are they really about to spend everything they have saved on this? Is it truly worth $1.5 million? The decision is final. Mike and Linda commit. The mansion's fate now rests in their hands, and they have no idea what challenges lie ahead. From here, everything moves fast. They pack up, relocate to the guest house, and immediately start searching for the right team to begin the full-scale restoration. Built in 1997 in Nashville, it had recently undergone 2 years of renovations by the original owners, but as the work neared completion, the entire house went up in flames. It started right here, in the former library. While painters were applying lacquer, a spark ignited chemical fumes. The fire spread fast, first through the room, then through the entire house. One worker was injured, but thankfully, no lives were lost. The family arrived to find their dream home burning. Years of work and a great deal of money were gone in hours. So the question is simple: can this ruin become a home again? Before any rebuilding can happen, a plan of attack is needed. Mike meets with his contractor, James, and the small team responsible for turning this devastating accident into a home. Among them is John, a jack-of-all-trades handyman. He worked with the previous family and knows every detail, every corner, from before the fire. Now he's back, bringing his experience and insight to help rebuild the house. And he has a surprise for Mike.
That's a secret room?
No. Up here, through this closet, there's a secret bedroom that was used as a nursery.
Secret rooms? Oh my word. Dude, this is cute. And that was all the way through?
The house is filled with well-preserved gems that could be turned for profit. A chandelier with over 100 crystal pieces, a Roman-style waterfall bathtub, and exclusive marble countertops, which John says are worth thousands. If they can save and resell these pieces, it could help offset the huge rebuild costs. After a week of walkthroughs, inspections, and careful planning, the first walls come down, exposing the full extent of the damage hidden within. Once the house is stripped to its foundations, engineers will decide whether the house can be saved or if they'll be forced to tear it all down and start from nothing. This decision could threaten their entire investment. The $13,000 Roman bathtub is too valuable to leave exposed to the elements. It takes several crew members to carefully maneuver the 900-pound tub out of the house. There's no second chance if it cracks. For now, it will be kept safe from the ongoing demolition, but selling it could bring in thousands, money that could go straight into the renovation. Mike and Linda are new to big renovations. Driven by a clear vision of what the place could become, they are committed to making it happen despite their limited experience. Can a family with no renovation background turn this million-dollar disaster into their forever home? As demolition progresses, concerns about the structural integrity continue to grow. The verdicts hit on whether the restoration is possible or not. 3 different engineers have told Mike the house is a total loss. Their advice: tear it down and start over.
This is not going well for me right now. I'm wondering if I just spent a whole lot of money on a whole lot of nothing.
One last chance remains: Marshall. His call decides whether this house lives or dies. They descend into the basement, looking for any signs of damage from the thousands of gallons of water used to fight the fire. A compromised foundation would be a fatal flaw. The structural engineer explains that not all burned wood is lost. Some can be tested and saved. The conclusion is in. Rebuilding is possible. But good news fades fast. It's May, and rain keeps pouring in Nashville, seeping through the exposed roof. If the house doesn't dry out soon, the wood could suffer long-term damage, delaying the entire rebuild and driving up costs. A specialized crew climbs onto the precarious structure and starts the dangerous work of tearing it apart piece by piece. The roof is beyond saving. It will need to be completely torn off and rebuilt from scratch. With more rain forecast for tonight, Mike spends $500 on an improvised tarp to cover the most vulnerable section of the open roof. It's a temporary fix, but the best chance to keep the damage from getting worse.
They took some rain here overnight. It was a serious storm. Look at all that floor there. Yeah.
The water has found its way in, but there's no stopping. Standing 2 floors above the ground, the crew tosses down what's left of the roof. The demolition has to keep moving before the next rain hits. To accelerate the build, the crew brings on a 10,000-pound forklift. But the weight is crushing the driveway, which, until now, was in perfect condition. A repair like this is nowhere in the budget. Their only hope is to lay down wooden planks to distribute the load. To begin framing the new roof, the team has to solve a complex problem: how to lift hundreds of pounds of structural beams 2 stories high. It's a job for a 60,000-pound crane. But with the machine costing thousands per day, the budget forces them to find another way. Their solution is a 27-foot homemade ladder, pieced together from leftover lumber. It won't just be for climbing. It will become their makeshift ramp to haul the massive beams into position and rebuild the mansion's most devastated space, the library where the fire began. Work is moving fast, but not without consequences. The pavement cracked under the weight of the forklift, turning a small problem into a costly one. But headaches continue for Mike.
My column's gone. I don't think we're moving the columns. I don't think we're moving the columns.
No?
When I was talking to James yesterday, we were going to keep them.
Oh, yeah. Take it out.
Yeah, I don't think we're taking them out.
Mike has been clear from the start. Save every single column. At $30,000 each, they are the most valuable relic of the old mansion. The cost-saving plan to keep the original columns is out the window. And now he has to find a solution for a very expensive mistake. While problems pop up on the ground, the pace of construction on top of the house is incredible. After the tarps failed, and with the constant threat of more rain, getting a permanent roof is priority number 1. Mike just spent $33,000 in lumber to get it framed. The mansion's original blueprints were lost in the fire, but with decades of experience behind them, the crew created a brand new set of plans from scratch to guide the rebuild. Constructors have been working non-stop, and for the first time, the mansion is no longer a ruin, but a fully enclosed structure, finally sealed off from the relentless Nashville rain. It marks one of the project's biggest milestones since construction began 3 months ago. Just as they're ready to move forward inside, an inspector shows up unannounced.
I just got off the phone. He has it there. He has it in front of me, just sign it off.
Ain't nothing in the computer.
We have it on the computer, like Stacy sent it in.
I just looked at it.
Yeah, Mark said it's on his desk. He just has to sign off on it. He knows what we're doing. I talked to Mark the other day. It's some system about that. I promise.
Okay. It was just funny.
I won't give you a hard time. You know that.
I ain't worried about hard time.
Okay, thank you.
The permits are all in place. The crew is clear to continue without delay. These iron railings originally cost around $90,000. They were handcrafted, and today, their value would easily top 6 figures. Mike's new modern vision for the house leans more minimalist and Scandinavian-inspired. Ornate curved railings no longer fit the aesthetic. While they won't be used in the renovation, they definitely won't go to waste. He knows exactly what they're worth, and he's determined to save every piece. A major problem looms outside. Replacing the original columns would cost a fortune. So they come up with a clever, cost-saving solution, framing massive square pillars around the surviving round ones. The originals will be hidden, but fully preserved inside. The oversized pillars overwhelm the roofline, throwing off the home's visual balance. To fix it, dormers are added. With the exterior taking shape, attention turns to one of the home's most defining elements, the windows. The original design featured dozens of curved openings, but from the very beginning, Mike and Linda have been set on replacing them with large, rectangular ones. Their goal is to flood every room with natural light and create a seamless connection to the 5-acre property beyond. In some areas, that vision means tearing down brick walls to expand window openings from 3 to 4, and re-engineering parts of the structure to accommodate the new design.
What's going on, guys? How you doing? How we doing? Good, man. I'm Ben with Pella.
A visitor arrives. This is Ben from Pella Windows. He saw the project online and has come to make a pitch in person, hoping to secure the massive contract for this build.
So this is 2 weeks of demo right here. You should have seen it before.
The next day, Mike and Linda are at the showroom to finalize the details. After seeing the quality, they make a call. They're going with Pella. But it's a monumental commitment, a 6-figure deal. The single biggest expense of the project so far, and one of the biggest checks Mike's ever written. Before the order can be placed, comes the most nerve-wracking part, the measurements. Every single window will be custom-made. There are no second chances. If a measurement is off by even an inch, a $10,000 window becomes worthless. Double and triple checks are made by Mike's team, the framers, and the supplier, with a final review before placing the order. With a 6-figure window bill on the way, the family gets to work turning the mansion's salvaged items into cash. The fireplace mantle sells. The refrigerator is gone. But the biggest potential prize is the $13,000 Roman tub. They scrub it clean and list it on eBay. The hope is that it will attract a buyer with deep pockets, because in a renovation this size, every single dollar counts. With the house sealed by the waterproof membrane, the final step begins. This is the part that looks simple, but requires years of expertise. Laying the shingles. This phase of the job is all about managing danger. The crew is working on a steep 2-story roof with a long drop to the ground below. The result? A flawless finish that finally makes the house whole again. The old subfloor, damaged by months of water and smoke, has to come up. This strips the house down to its bare joists one last time, preparing it for the true rebuild to begin. The final frontier of demolition is the basement. Out of this space, they plan to build something incredible. A state-of-the-art movie theater, a custom wine cellar, a fully equipped gym, and a new office for Mike. And then, a huge break. The custom windows, expected to take up to 12 weeks, have arrived in just 3. James, the contractor, can't believe it. This is when Mike gave him the news yesterday.
About 3 weeks ago, we paid for our windows that originally we were worried we were going to take 12 to 18 weeks, but they said it would take about 6 weeks. In actual fact, they are ready, except I haven't told James yet. So I'm about to break the good news to him. And I don't know if it's going to be good news or not, because he may have a heart attack, realizing we've got to now install these windows and we might not be ready for them. So I guess we're going to find out in just a few minutes. My man Ben from Pella calls.
Uh-oh.
The windows are here.
No.
Straight up. It's like, when do you want them?
Dude, I just got goosebumps.
So there's only been 3 weeks, Ben. You said 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
Right?
such a...
Well, I just texted him and I was like, Ben, just trying to get an update. You know, do you think we're going to be good for like, you know, early June? And he literally calls me. He's like, Mike, the windows are in. Like, when do you want them? I said, well, I'm not sure we can take them today, but I'll talk to James tomorrow.
That's huge. Oh my God.
Right?
I'm like super pumped. That's
I know.
a miracle for custom windows. Miracle. Never happens.
Right.
Ever.
It's a rare piece of good news that puts the project months ahead of schedule. Now comes the hard part. Some of these custom panes weigh nearly 300 pounds. It's a 6-figure order, and there's no insurance for a dropped window. Every measurement and cut made weeks ago comes down to this one moment. Will all windows fit? The wait pays off. Each window fits exactly as planned. Relief washes over Mike and James. The second-floor windows raise the stakes even higher. How do you lift a 300-pound pane of glass 2 stories up with no crane? Their plan is pure brute force and a ladder. A risky approach that could easily lead to disaster. One slip, and a $10,000 window shatters into 1,000,000 pieces. The pressure on the crew is immense. For days, they work meticulously, lifting and setting each custom frame into place. The installation is a masterclass in precision and teamwork. And as each window slides into place, the vision becomes a reality. In Mike's vision to blur the line between the house and the surrounding 5 acres, one feature stands out as the crown jewel, a massive 16-foot sliding door. It's one of the largest, most complex, and most expensive components in the entire Pella order. With its new walls of glass in place, the mansion's transformed character now stands clear. But this victory immediately creates an unforeseen problem. The very windows designed to bring the outside in have also left the family completely exposed to the outside world. Privacy has suddenly become priority number 1. To solve it, a line of 50 fast-growing trees is planted. Mike takes on the tree clearing himself, despite having zero experience with heavy machinery. Now, the biggest threat to the property's fence is the man behind the controls. It's another mistake that drives the budget up. Before closing the walls, spray foam insulation is applied to seal every crack and gap. This creates a strong thermal barrier that cuts heating and cooling costs and adds soundproofing. The science is impressive. 2 liquid compounds are mixed in the nozzle, creating an instant chemical reaction. What starts as a liquid spray hits the wall and immediately expands up to 100 times its original volume. This not only creates a perfect airtight seal, but it also adds structural strength to the walls themselves, a welcome bonus in a house that's been rebuilt from the ground up. Outside, the workers are locked in an inch-by-inch battle. Each brick must be removed without disturbing the surrounding wall, so new ones can be poured into place. With the brickwork repaired, the columns come next. Now standing as the home's structural anchors, they need protection too. With a history of fire behind it, the mansion demands an electrical system built to the highest standard. But just as the work is done, a frightening event shakes the job site that night.
So last night, we got home late, about 9:30, 9:45, and there's a car parked out front facing my driveway, and he puts his hazard lights on. So we park up, and then these guys decide they're going to turn around real slow and drive off. So it seemed as though they were looking at the house. We went in the house and we're pretty sure we heard some sounds or something upstairs, someone talking. So the siren you can hear is police on the way.
The police search the property, but find nothing. No intruders, nothing stolen. It's a false alarm. Remember that lull that tore up the pavement? That was a warning shot. Now, an even bigger concern is rolling in. A 60,000-pound monster is on its way, a crane set to lift another 40,000 pounds of wall material. It's the only way to keep the project on track, but placing 100,000 pounds on a cracked driveway risks collapsing it entirely. As if things weren't tense enough, a $500 pile of gravel, unordered and unwanted, gets dumped right in the middle of the driveway. A bizarre mistake at the worst possible time. It's a roadblock. Now, the heavy truck has no choice but to drive over the fragile limestone pavers. The driveway is already at its limit, and Mike is furious.
It's not often I get frustrated by things, like really ticked off, but this ticks me off. It's bad enough that they delivered it. The fact that we didn't even order it is a whole different thing. Now he's riding on my limestone. You know, people make mistakes and I'm the one that pays for it. Like, what's the deal?
With outside delays piling up, the pressure is on to make up for lost time inside. In a brilliant piece of job site engineering, the team builds a temporary bridge over the gaping hole for the main staircase, creating a few feet of extra corridor space to work faster, safer, and more efficiently. After months of looking at exposed studs and raw insulation, the crew begins the monumental task of hanging drywall. They must maneuver thousands of square feet of heavy, unwieldy board through a maze of framing and up 2 stories. It's a change that happens with breathtaking speed. With every sheet that goes up, the raw construction site disappears, and the clean, smooth lines of a finished room begin to emerge. While the final vision is overwhelmingly modern and linear, soft, curved arches are intentionally preserved in the hallways, a subtle, graceful break from the hard angles, designed to add visual interest and flow to the massive space. The replacement of the staircase is a masterpiece of minimalist design. Straight and powerful, it will feature solid white oak on its treads, handrails, and posts. The second-floor hallway is designed to be narrower, giving it a gallery-like feel that guides you through the home's rooms. Seeing these walls is a massive victory. They've survived demolition, battled the Nashville rain, and navigated costly mistakes from the driveway to the columns. From selling the salvaged gems, they've managed to claw back around $10,000. A small but hard-won victory against a budget that is constantly under pressure. The brutal structural phase of the build is over. The house is now a pristine, white canvas. And now, the art of finishing it begins. Every decision from here on out is about color, texture, and personality. And the first stroke of the brush will be the tile. It's not just a small job for a few bathrooms. Tilers will be working all over the mansion. In the laundry room, the custom wine cellar, and the gym, laying down thousands of square feet of expensive imported stone. It's the first layer of luxury to be applied to the home's interior, with a budget that will quickly climb close to 6 figures. In the bathrooms, distinct personalities shine through. One features sparkling Italian marble. Another is a dramatic matte black space, wrapped floor to ceiling in honed black marble. Both bathrooms feature heated floors, a hidden touch of comfort that keeps them warm and inviting. The centerpiece of it all is the master bathroom. The choice? Huge slabs with a subtle igloo look. At over $100 per tile, the material alone for this one room costs $20,000. It's a massive investment to make what Mike calls the best room in the house. With the tiling setting a luxurious foundation, the trim phase begins. It's the clearest proof of the project's core principle, choosing quality over convenience, even when it comes at a higher price. The closet areas in the master bedroom and kids' rooms are built out all the way to the ceiling to maximize space. The new straight staircase is a statement piece. The selected material, solid white oak. It's on the treads, the handrails, and the posts, tying the entire minimalist design together with its clean, natural warmth. To break up the vertical lines of the railings and landings, Mike introduces a custom-made slat wall. The slats are staggered with precise 2-inch gaps, creating a semi-transparent wall that provides separation and privacy, while still allowing natural light to pour through. This final artistic touch elevates the interior from a simple structure to a piece of custom architecture. The first pieces of furniture arrive. They are chosen to reflect the design's clean, modern spirit. Among them are the floating vanities that bring a sense of lightness and elegance to the bathrooms. Outside, the house is about to receive a full exterior treatment that will bring the entire structure together under one consistent finish. A clean coat of white will cover both the original walls and the new additions, visually blending them into a single, cohesive structure. The goal is a unified, modern appearance that eliminates the contrast between old and new construction. It's the final step that covers the last scars of the fire, allowing the house to leave its tragic past behind and stand as a single, new creation. What started as a few low spots caused by a heavy forklift quickly spiraled. The weight of cranes and delivery trucks created a web of stress fractures, turning a small problem into an unsalvageable mess. £100,000 rolled over the fractured pavement. That's the weight of a commercial airliner. It was the single heaviest load the driveway had to endure, and the point of no return. Guided by his philosophy to do it right, Mike surrenders. The entire driveway is to be torn out and replaced. It's a massive, unbudgeted hiccup born from a few initial cracks. $100,000 just in concrete. The driveway has been Mike's biggest headache, but the problems don't stop there. An old, worn pea gravel section sits beside the new stones, turning the mansion's entire entrance into a visual mess. The materials differ in color and thickness, creating a mismatched look. The only option is to redo the salvaged paving too, adding a costly setback with every new square foot. The new driveway marks the finish line. After more than 500 days of demolition, surprises, and non-stop construction, the renovation is finally complete. Just 18 months ago, this was a shell, ravaged by fire. 3 expert engineers declared it a total loss and advised them to tear it down. And at every turn, the house seemed determined to prove them right. But now, standing in the finished home, filled with light, custom design, and carefully chosen furniture, it's clear they didn't just prove the experts wrong, they exceeded every expectation. This renovation challenged them with relentless rain that flooded the exposed structure. It revealed a fire-ravaged frame on the verge of collapse. It pushed their budget to the limit with constant surprises and soaring material costs. From the ashes of that devastation, a family with no renovation experience, but armed with a clear vision and a trusted team, didn't just rebuild a house, they created a home. It was a journey that tested their patience, their finances, and their resolve at every turn. And now, it stands as proof that sometimes the impossible is just waiting for someone brave enough to try.
Have all your spices and things, so they just kind of work. All that kind of fun stuff, the pull-outs. I mean, little drawer microwave, love that it's built in, love that it's out of the way. I don't have to, just got to push to open, push to close. No extensions, no expansions, just a nice solid oak table and chairs. Again, thank you Restoration Hardware. We wanted the views, we wanted the light. I mean, it looks windy out there. This is my little fruits and vegetables kind of thing. So we did the grills, keep the airflow in them, I can see what's in them. Funky little wash basin, so we could take advantage of the space nicely. And we've got the 4-car garage. Did the full view glass doors, so we get lots of natural light in here. Hexagons on the ceiling. Went with the black vibe, so it looks really good at night time when it's dark out there. Did the quiet motion openers there up on the side.